with Only Plains guys last night, and they said they're going to start their stream between 3 and 4. So the intent is to hopefully end the stream looking right at the Only Plains guys at the loop. Probably Jimmy, unless the weather is terrible, which could happen. So feel free to have a little look at the weather report. I'm going to do this no matter what. What will rain do to adding distance to...
Ignition on, engine fires, camera set, spinning tires. Where are we heading today? Tune in with me and have your say. Driving light and have your say. Driving light. Chat, a laugh and a song, having such fun, but soon we are done. It won't be long when we'll be at it again. Driving light, I'm alive, heading through the countryside. Hang with me from mountain to sea. I'll show you where you'd rather be. Driving life, I'm alive, heading through the countryside.
Stream Elements said if you re-enjoying the stream, make sure to hit the like subscribe buttons. It's free for you to do and it helps the channel more than you know. Stream Elements said feel free to join the Driving Live Australia community on our Discord server at Discord GGQKCQFAPJV. Stream Elements said why did the car keep acting up? It was driven crazy.
welcome to Driving Live Australia. I am your driver today, Sarge, and welcome to Birdsville. It is, wow, it is hot out here. It is only, it's only October. It's only halfway through October. We still got November of spring to go yet. And before we get to summer, it's already over 40 degrees out here, everyone. So there's the visitor centre. Ahead of us there's the airport. Over to the left is the bakery, the Birdsville Bakery. It looks awesome, and I was really looking forward to getting something from the bakery. Today's Monday. The bakery closed on Friday for the summer. The bakery closed for the summer. Anyway, I've just done a lap around Birdsville, and there you go. We're back to the hotel, which I just had a beverage. Awesome. Just met a nice couple in there from the sunny coast. And yes. So this is Birdsville. Unfortunately for me, only about an hour for me to stop here today before we make our way to
Stream Elements. Said Stream Elements bot running. Learn how to customize the bot here. https://streamelements.com.
No camel pies. I was looking forward to something a little different. I would have tried a camel pie, but the bakery reopens in March. The bakery is only open between March and now. There's the town water supply, and I'd say there's some satellite dishes and stuff there too. So anyway, we've got a few stops to make along the way, just short little stops. I drove out here from Baduri this morning, so it's about 160 odd kilometres or something, just to check out Birdsville to say I've been here. And there's some pretty funky things along the way, like 60-second stops just to check out some weird stuff. But yeah, it is hot outside. It is, yeah, just after midday on a Monday, and 5x5, awesome. Thank you, Junior. Who have we got in the channel at the moment? So Junior's jumped on. Congratulations, first on the live chat. Malachi's there. G'day, buddy. I hope everything is well for you at the moment. My boss is there. Good on you, Mickey B. He's going to make sure that I don't take a wrong turn today. So we'll have a little stop back in Baduri. I'll refuel there, and then that fuel should get me all the way through to Mount Isa. So fingers crossed. And so yeah, heading out of Birdsville, heading north. God, I hope it's north. Oh wow, there's a cloud in the sky. So there's been a couple of days out here where there's been not one cloud in the sky until like later in the afternoon. I had done a quick live stream as a thunderstorm rolled through. Well, I can't even call it a thunderstorm. It was a lightning storm because there was no thunder, which is kind of weird to have a lightning storm. Oh, okay. We're gonna do 5 out of 5s for. We're gonna do out of 5s for cattle grids too. So I can tell you what, that was a beautiful cattle grid. That was a 5. That was a 5 out of 5 cattle grid. That one. They are not all that good. A little bit of roadworks on the way. I'll be travelling back through the 12 kilometres worth of surveying that I have done over the last week. Yep, bump into Baduri to get some fuel and something to eat quickly because the bakery was shut. All right, so 190 kilometres for fuel. I swear it was only 160, but anyway, I got over 300 Ks in the tank, so we'll be fine. Who else have we got in the house? Henry, what are you doing? Is it not a school day? Is it lunchtime? What's going on? Can we promote the thing, Henry? What thing are we promoting? Oh, is that the Discord? No, what are we promoting? Remind me. Send it to me on a message if you want to. All right, this scenery is incredible. This scenery that we're gonna drive through very shortly is amazing.
It just makes me glad to not be in the city at the moment. That's what I'm going to say. I have to double check I don't have my yellow flashing lights on. Every now and then I forget to turn them off. So I did a bit of work this morning, a couple of hours of work, and then sent my colleague Raj back to Brisbane. Well, he's got another job to do for a couple of days, and then he'll be back to Brisbane by the end of the week. Yes, the Discord, absolutely, Henry. Henry's an awesome moderator. Henry has created the Discord for us, so I've left him in charge of the Discord server for the Driving Live Australia. So just the next step in the moving forward, the driving forward of the channel as we improve things. So Henry, absolutely. Mish is there. G'day, how you doing? On the road again, yes. So today, Birdsville to Mount Isa. I think that's two iconic towns in Queensland, in Western Queensland, that honestly, not even 1% of Australian residents would ever get to either of those two towns. Probably not even 1% of the Queensland population would get to either of these two towns. So I've done a quick lap of Birdsville. Not a lot to see there, but I am keen to get back. Birdsville's known for a couple of things. One, the Birdsville races. Apparently the town absolutely swells. The population board at the front of the town says Birdsville, population 115 plus or minus 7,000, because that's what happens when the races are on. Amazing. That's how good's that. And then there's the Big Red Bash. But there's other things too. The rodeo, they didn't have it this year, but they have the Birdsville Rodeo. And a couple other smaller things to come out here for, but seriously, the airport is right next to the pub, I've never seen an airport so close to the middle of town before. It's awesome. Awesome. Alrighty. Okay, so Henry's put the link up there for the Discord channel, so we've just got that up and running over the last few days. I myself, I only follow one other channel on Discord, and I don't really know how to use it or operate it that much, but I've been learning, and Henry's going to teach me. But Hannah's, good on you, buddy, for getting it up and running. And yeah, there's a bunch. I just put a couple of photos in there from the Birdsville pub, so I'm already starting to use it. I might have put a little clip up there from this morning, just as we finished our work. How's this? Oh, and you got are these wadi trees? I think these are called wadi trees. These trees are fascinating. They're just straight up and down. I wonder if they use them for outback Christmas trees. But like, I passed these ones just earlier. You got a couple of taller ones on the right of the road and a little one just on the left as we're going to go past. But yeah, they don't grow out, they just grow straight up, but they're very green with a lot of leaves. They're kind of like pine trees, but they don't spread out at the bottom like a normal pine tree would. Wow, we're already up to 16 people on the channel watching at the moment. So hey, look, if you haven't liked the stream, please give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying it already. It all helps. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I was looking at some analytics before, and we're doing about half and half, which is good. So half the people that have been watching the channel are subscribed, and the other half haven't. So please subscribe if you want to watch some more content. It's only going to get better and better. And I've realized that these longer drives are the way to go. So here you go, wadi trees. So yeah, so I knew I was getting close to Birdsville for two reasons. One, the signs that say Birdsville, 30 k's away, 20 k's away. But as I got to about 20 kilometers away from Birdsville, all of these trees, as we leave Birdsville, there'll be no trees. It'll just be little bushes. And and just wide open spaces of the outback. So good. It's so good to be out here, but it's also good to have great air conditioning. So the live stream. So I've driven from Brisbane to Sydney to Bathurst to Quilpie to Baduri and now to Birdsville. So far, I've done 3,877 kilometres, and I've live streamed most of it, almost all of it, to be honest. Less a couple of hundred kilometres. Well, I put a few hundred kilometres on during the working week. So the job site about 60 kilometres this side of Baduri. So we'll transit that, and I'll be able to show you my job site for the last week. As we say goodbye to the last of the trees around Birdsville. So Malachi, I heard about the storm that happened in Brisbane. So how good Starlink? One, I need to again. Starlink's been amazing. I have had the best time. We've had communications on the job site. My two work colleagues over the last week have really enjoyed parking up next to me and tethering to the Starlink, so they've been able to talk to their families and get the work, send some work through, get that all sorted as well. And the internet at the hotel was a bit crap, so we were all in different rooms, room 8, room 10 and room 12, but all of us had Starlink reception even though the car was parked outside. Luckily, the Starlink doesn't run a lot of power, so I was able to leave it connected to the constant power supply in the vehicle, and it ran all night, no problems. It's the best. I put the dual batteries to good use, put it that way, but work like a charm, so the boss will be happy about that. As we say goodbye, these are the last few trees for a while. So yeah, the tallest structures around here are going to be signs. So, but Malachi, yes, I was able to check out my cameras at my home. I've got cameras where I live, and one points out the driveway to where the cars park, and was able to see the storm. I also follow, and it was a bit bouncy. I'll give that one a 4 out of 5 for smoothness of the cattle grid. So Papa Greenfinger, someone new to the channel, getting car sick, can we pull over? Oh, I'm not. It's always the passengers that get car sick, never the driver. Sam Newman. Are you talking about Sam Newman, the ex-footballer commentator that's not very good at driving Ferraris? Yeah, I've never met Sam before. He's a bit of a funny fella. He'd be, I'll tell you what, Sam Newman would be a classic to have a beer with. That's for sure. So he's driving a big black Silverado Chevy. Yeah, right. Towing a big van, so it's a big caravan. Cows there, g'day cow. Yeah, you're going to see some cows. I'll tell you what, in the middle of the day, you'll see a bunch of cow shit across the road and not a cow to be seen. Not a cow to be seen in the middle of the day. Even they know it's too hot. They go find bushes and trees and stuff like that. And you'll just see a whole big clump of them standing and laying down around the shade of a tree, and they'll obviously shuffle over every hour and try and keep as cool as they can. So many flies out here as well. Me and the work colleagues have been wearing the fly nets around our heads for the last week. So but we will definitely see some cows. All right, I'm just going to call you Papa. Papa, where are you from? Where are you checking in from? Are you local, or are you, well, I mean, you're local enough to know Sam Newman. So does that mean you're Victorian? Oh, I just ran into a couple of Brits at the Birdsville pub, at the Birdsville Hotel. They were awesome. They were sitting out the front waiting. So the Birdsville Hotel doesn't open until 11:30 in the morning. They got there at 10 o'clock. They were waiting for a drink, and so that was Ivan and Maureen, beautiful older couple, about to turn 80. How good are they? And they're out here traveling the countryside, enjoying each other's company, which I think is amazing. Look at this. You can start counting the trees because you won't need to take your shoes off to count the number of trees out here. And bushes don't count. Oh, made in Australia. Oh, right, that's your second channel. Roger. Well, there you go. I do that sometimes too. I've got 4 channels. I've got my SARGE channel, my personal channel. Obviously, the Driving Live Australia channel. And if I'm watching other live streams and they want some extra thumbs up, I'll swap channels. And then I've got a couple of others that I've used in the past. I don't really use them at the moment. I'm not posting content on those 2 channels, but they're just sort of there just in case. But I might jump on those 2 channels and give a few more thumbs up as well for some other streamers that I like to watch that are friends of this channel as well. So shout out to Mitch over in Perth. You're awesome. There's been a few times where I've seen you getting close to your likes goal, so I'll go through all 4 channels and throw extra likes on there. And yes, sometimes I do it to my own streams. Anyway, the things we do for likes. The world of social media. Follow that cloud. Yes, I am following that cloud. I'm just going to see if I can position stuff accordingly. How's that? How's that, team? You caught me in my high vis. But I am going to follow that cloud. Cruise control. Look at this. And I need to tell you about these crests. So they don't. It seems like there's nothing out here at all, and then you get to a crest like this, and it says keep left on the sign for a reason, because there's 2 main things that happen. One is oncoming vehicle, and you won't see them to the last couple of seconds. So you don't want to be all over the road. You don't want to be diving to the left. So the roads are wide enough usually where there's a crest. The other is cows. And especially at dawn and dusk, you might have a whole herd of cows and there's no way you're going to miss them. As one of my work colleagues found out a week or so ago when he did something similar. Bull bars are called bull bars for a reason. So there's nothing. Oh, there's a tree. We can start counting. There's a tree on the left. And that's the sort of tree out here that will get hit by lightning because it's the tallest thing around here. So, yes. And there is a bunch of crests. Okay, we've got a feature coming up on the left. I'm going to slow down for it. If I remember this one is a bunch of shoes. Now, I threw out a pair of thongs last night. I had a thong blowout and I threw them out. And now I wish I'd have kept them so I could have placed them on this, what are we going to call it, a monument? So let's check it out. There's absolutely no other vehicles around here. It's crazy. So look at this. Oh, there's a flipper. I can't call it a flipper. I have to call it a fin because I'm an ex-army diver. Look at that. It's just a monument of shoes. And if you've got some spare shoes, come and throw your shoes up here. Be a part of it. Unfortunately, I don't have any shoes to put there. And I've just bought these new boots. I'm not going to put my work boots there. So anyway. There's our first monument. There's a few along here. We're going to stop it for about 60 seconds and just check them out. But it definitely breaks up the drive because you look and you see something about a kilometre away because it stands out and you're like, what is that? What is that? And then you go, that looks like a picnic table. No, what's a picnic table doing out here? And then you get closer and there's literally a picnic table, which we might see. We will see. Is that the big Les show you're talking about? Right. Have kind of seen a little bit of it. Not that I'm not a fan, just sometimes I don't have enough time to watch everything and anything out there, but it is funny. That's weird and weirdly funny. I think you'd kind of need to be drunk or high to watch it, to take full opportunity of it. I think it would be funnier that way. But well, I just walked into the pub at Birdsville at 11:30. Literally the girl, I'll tell you what. Yep, the girl behind the bar at the Birdsville Hotel right now. Yes. Her second time in Birdsville. She came out, I'm assuming the first time was to do the remote visa thing. But she's back. She said she likes the place so much. She's moved back out. And then when I said I'll be back next year, she said see you next year. So possibly looking at coming out for the Big Red Bash. Now here is the only roadkill kangaroo just there that I've seen. The only roadkill kangaroo that I've seen. There's no kangaroos out here, or if they are, they hide. They definitely don't get hit by trucks, so maybe they're just smarter kangaroos. All right, I'm still chasing that cloud. Clouds, I'll tell you what, clouds have been amazing over the days that there has been clouds, absolutely takes so much heat out of the day when you're working out along the road. I can see a vehicle coming. Yep. Wow. I only passed about 3 vehicles on this stretch of road. It's nearly 200 kilometres, and I only passed, or is it a tree? Okay, it's a tree. It's a fast-moving tree. Well, the road doesn't even go over that way. Okay. The heat is playing tricks on me, team. The heat is playing tricks on me. Still following that cloud, though. You know what? When I get some time, I'll watch the Big Les show. I've seen one episode. I think it was involving a skate. I think they had a skate ramp in the backyard, and one of the characters kept like breaking their bones or something and bleeding out. I'm not sure, but just kept going. I don't know. And is there like a Yowie looking person, like an abominable snowman or something? Anyway. How about I'll give a full episode a watch, because it's not the first time it's been recommended to me. Not even a wedge-tail. You know what? I have not seen a wedge-tail eagle out here. Not one. I've seen a lot of kites and a lot of crows. A lot of kites and crows. Wow. Look at this place. Look at just one road, no traffic. Nothing either side of the road. There is nothing out here. I mean, there's a pole. There's a pole right there. I don't even know what sign that is. Oh, well, it's gone. There's no sign there. But it won't take too long before we see another monument of some description. which will, and then there's a turn off to Windora, which is where my work colleague left me earlier today, and there's a ruin. Is it called Karkuli? I think it's called Karkuli. Cow. I have seen so many cows over the last week. One dead one. Lots of cows. We will probably see cows as we head into Baduri. So between here and Baduri, I've done that road. From Baduri to Mount Isa, I've not done. I've done until I think Dajara. And then, yeah, I was only up there not long ago, about 6 weeks ago, doing some work up there. Here we go. Here we go. And the best thing is, you can just look at this. Look at this. You can see other tyre tracks just coming out here. Look at this, out in the middle of nowhere. How awesome is this? Seriously. It's just, that's it. Out in the middle of nowhere. There's just a picnic table. It's like, that's it. The picnic table. What have I got here? I got a little bit of this left. Let's just unplug that. Oh. I kind of gotta come out here. Holy crap, this is amazing. I got a little bit of Coke, no sugar left, so cheers. I'm still chasing that cloud. So anyway, there's our 60-second stop. I mean, there's no signs. This place doesn't even have a name. This is nothing. It's so crazy. Might have to do a nudie run at some stage. It is way too hot. Seriously, my doodle will get burnt. No nudie run. All right. It is so much nicer in the car. All right, rubbish. There. This stuff back in the fridge. Oh, Mickey B, thank you for the fridge. I know it's not destined for me, but I appreciate it right now. How cool is this place? Whatever this place is. It's missing the umbrella. There's not even, it looks like there's been a hole for the umbrella. I don't think it's been out here like massively too long because it's not like totally melted. So anyway, there's all sorts of piles of dirt around here. All right, back on the road again and still chasing that cloud. Chasing that cloud. Let's plug this back in. Just so I don't run out of power. I've run out of power before on the microphone. That's been unhealthy. And cruise control. Cruise control. There we go. Oh, aircon's so good out here. All right, so. Oh yeah, thumbnail. Yeah. Or a short. I think that's going to make a great short. How far into the? I need to like bookmark these places within the stream so I can come back to them later and do little and do shorts, reels, whatever you want to call the little clips. I tell you what. Is Henna still there? I'm not sure. Why is he not at school? Hopefully I'm not dobbing on him. Rob Chapman. That was your comment, follow that cloud. Oh, so good. All right. So, crest on a corner, if I was a rally, which is good because the cloud started drifting off to the right. So we're about to put it dead ahead of us again. Look at this. There we go, look at that. Follow that cloud, there we go. can't even see where oh, there's the road. There you go, everyone. The Australian outback. Nothing to see here. Please move along. What an amazing part of the world. Seriously, this is why I wouldn't have rather be anywhere else when COVID hit, okay? COVID hits at the start of 2020. I'd just been to Japan in end of 2019. And just over the Sea of Japan in China COVID was spreading. Anyway, I get back and at the start of 2020, COVID starts to make its way through Australia, and all the borders start shutting, and the world goes a bit crazy, and there's no toilet paper left. Oh, here comes a car. Here comes a car. Look, see, ... There's poo. There's cow poo across the road there, but not a cow to be seen. We'll let this car go past. Just sort of concentrate when other vehicles, oncoming vehicles, give each other some room. How's the SES? Oh, give it out to the SES. They're a good bunch of people. I know a few people have worked for SES in the past, especially in Terralgan. Used to train one of the guys that worked at the SES in Terralgan in Victoria. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 140 Ks to Baduri. What was I talking about? Oh, COVID. So, what happened during COVID? The borders get locked down. I did escape the border once because a friend of mine, Lukey, bought a car in northern New South Wales. So we did the paperwork, went across the border. I drove him down there, and he picked up his new car, and then we drove it back. And I think he still has that car, a Nana Spec Ford Escape. I say Nana Spec, but it's a 2-litre turbo. Those things go all right. Anyway, then ever since, I've been sort of driving and flying around Queensland, delivering Hiluxes for Masters Surveying and picking them up and moving them all around the state, everywhere from Cairns to the Gold Coast, out to Mount Isa. And during COVID, I saw snow, I saw tropical rainforests, I saw deserts as we start driving away from the Simpson Desert. I wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else in the world during COVID. It was not a bad place to be. Didn't even need to cross the border. Snow in Stanthorpe. Oh, dead cow. That dead cow, wow. That was almost just a lounge room rug left. Anyway. Yeah, Hannah's was probably, I'd say he's probably on lunch break, but he'll join us later when he's finished school, and he's probably on the bus on the way home. Yep, thanks, Junior. Oh, the ride along gang. How's, where are you now? Where are you? You were in, was it Idaho? Did I say that? Idaho. I always get like Idaho, Ohio, Utah, all those states confused. I need to go there. The only 3 states in America that I've been to, California, Nevada, Arizona. Oh, well, okay, I'm not going to slow down for it. There's just a cement mixer. There's just a concrete mixer on the right there. If you go back and have a look, just a rusted out concrete mixer. I think there's something else coming up here on the left. There's some pretty funny stuff along here. Yeah, there's another monument just here. I think it replicates a house, but there's no house. I think. Check this one out. Nothing, no traffic in front, no traffic behind. So, I mean, here's a house. I think it's got a kitchen, solar panel, satellite dish. Check this out. So, it's just here. There's some cupboards, there's a washing machine, a couple of 44-gallon drums, rubbish bin, microwave, air conditioner on the ground there. Oh, kettle? Oh, the coffee maker. stove, TV. There's a TV. Oh, you know what? You know what? I don't know. Hopefully you can see this. I think this is at least the least that I can do. Just connect that. Yeah, okay. The TV doesn't have anything left in the screen. All right. Oh, and there's at least a smiley face on the satellite dish or whatever that is. The least round satellite dish I've ever seen. Alrighty, back on the road again. Seriously, just fun. It's just fun to be out here. Arkansas today. Arkansas, isn't that okay? Let me guess. There was a president. Was it Bill Clinton? Was Bill Clinton from Arkansas? Did I remember that correctly? Isn't that where he grew up? How does an Australian know that? And probably a lot of Americans probably don't even know that. Anyway, Florida tomorrow. I definitely want to
Stream
get to
Elements.
Florida, Bobby.
Said if you are
Florida
keen to
is,
support the channel, you can tip the channel at https://streamelements.com driving live OZ
from
tip.
there. I want to go down the Cape and watch at least one rocket launch. Either there or Texas, over at Boca Chica. Mish, oh mate, it's just incredible. It's incredible. It's been amazing being out here. The flies have been a quick crap. The cows are fun to dodge, but the outback's amazing. I'll be back in Brisbane tomorrow night, and yeah, I mean, it's always nice to go home, but I have a shirt. I made up a shirt a while ago. It was a prototype, but it's there's a sign here, and it's a welcome to country sign. It explains in oh, there's some cows over to the right, in amongst the man-made sand dunes. Anyway, they're way off the road. We'll see some closer ones. Yeah, I can't pronounce the indigenous name for out here, so I'm not even going to try. Not this time, but I definitely will be back out this way. Hopefully next year we'll come back out. Lots of cows. There's a couple of trees, just a lot of cows standing over there. Other than that, nothing. Yes, Bill is from Arkansas. How good's that? How's my memory? It's not like he was president like last term or anything. There's not a lot of yes. Well, there's 3 trees out to the left. So, but as I said before, you don't need to take your shoes off to count the amount of trees out here. Swallowing flies gives you a nice dose of vitamin A, plus the protein. Don't forget the protein you get from swallowing flies. I've only had one fly in my mouth over the last week. And that's when I thought, I don't need to put my fly net on my head. I'm only dashing out of the car for a minute or two. And I didn't swallow it. It just went in my mouth and I spat it out. Spit or swallow? Spitter. All right, see these crests? There's one particular one that's actually quite steep, and it's like all of a sudden you hit the crest and then come over the other side, and I mean, it'd be cool to hit it like 200 k's an hour, get some air. Get some air out near Lake Air. Oh, that's right, the bartender at the Birdsville Hotel was like there. A lot of tourists go out there to experience Lake Air. So, but awesome. I need to plug this microphone back in, don't I? Oh, I did. Oh, look at that. Woof. All right, I'm starting to get into the swing of things without even thinking about it. Good on me. We did have a little microphone trouble last time. The cable I was using was a bit dodged, so I'm not using that one anymore. Spitters are quitters. I'm a quitter. There's a tree. I haven't seen any camels out here. And for those that have joined us since I did a lap around Birdsville, I'll say it again, the Birdsville Bakery shut last Friday, only 3 days ago, for the summer. Birdsville Bakery shut for the summer. So you're thinking about coming out and getting a camel pie, which I would have tried a camel pie, but they shut on Friday and they don't open again until March 2026. Cattle grid. Oh, that is a 5 out of 5 cattle grid. That's, oh wow, there's so nothing out here. I can't even see. The road is so hot, it looks like water before the horizon. It just looks wet. Yeah, it's definitely, well, you know what? Black bitumen out here is too hot. Plus, they just use the a lot of the local road base, which is is reddish. So I'll just turn the aircon. So what I like to do, I've got the camera just near the windscreen and my phone up in the quad lock. Yes, give quad lock a bit of a plug, because a week ago they gave me some free stuff. So it's not a paid sponsorship, but they did me a favour, so I'll do them a favour. But look, every stream I'll mention quad lock, because that's where my phone's sitting in there. Plus, I don't want to get done for like having my phone in my hand. Anyway, it's a good idea, and I do it quite regularly, is run cold air up the inside of the windscreen, and it cools down the camera. The GoPro was terrible. The GoPro would get too hot and just turn off. And I'd have to run the cold air up on the inside of the windscreen for about 5 or 10 minutes before the GoPro would turn back on. But the Sony's pretty good. The Sony's pretty good. So Mel's in the channel too. Good on ya. Yeah, how was the storm on Saturday in Brisbane? I heard, where was it, Boona got absolutely smashed with some pretty big hail, and I think Caboolture as well. And I live in between, so hopefully the cars that I've got parked outside got a wash. Unfortunately, my security cameras aren't 4K, so I can't see too much detail, but yeah, I could definitely hear the rain coming down on Saturday. Plus, I got some awesome people that check up on my stuff. So shout out to you, Red. Red and I did a podcast last night. So because I can plug the other podcast. So Red and I do a podcast called Two Blokes versus the World. And we did our 3rd episode last night. We just sort of talk about current affairs, a bit of news from around the world, around Australia and around local Southeast Queensland. There is 1 cow over there. Oh no, 2 cows underneath 2 trees. There's probably a couple more lying down. So these signs might go past a bit quick, but Baduri's 120 kilometres away. So we'll be there in just over an hour.